Hi everyone!
I'm Hussein Joma.
And I'm Alana Ravindra, and today we're going to teach you guys all about diabetes
And diabetes awareness.
Both of us are sophomores at the high school who are part of a club called HOSA.
So please make sure you guys are paying attention throughout our whole presentation, as this is what we're using to compete with.
So the main goals of today's lesson that we're going to teach you is what is diabetes, what are the symptoms of diabetes, how can you prevent diabetes, and what you can do to help other diabetics, whether it's in your school or anyone you know.
Being aware of diabetes is very important so you can learn how to take care of it and how to help someone else that has it. Over 1.2 million people in the world today have diabetes.
And diabetes is the most common disease in children, and the rate is increasing tremendously. So let's take a look at how your body works. Once you eat something, it goes inside, and then the carbohydrates from the foods that you eat start to travel down your body, and then the carbohydrates get broken down into glucose, as you can see, which are the purple. And then once the glucose hits your stomach, the pancreas over here releases insulin into your stomach,
allowing the glucose to go into your blood cells at a normal blood sugar level so they aren't too high or too low, causing diabetes.
The insulin takes the glucose and it helps it travel. So it's moving it to your cells, to your bloodstream over here.
The foods you eat have carbohydrates.
And carbohydrates are your main source of energy. What is diabetes?
Diabetes is a disease that occurs when your blood glucose
or sugar
is too high, and it affects the way your body processes the food and takes in the sugar as energy.
So basically, people with diabetes, they can't use the food that they eat as energy.
They produce little to no insulin.
So let's roll to type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes, this is when your pancreas cannot make any insulin for your body. Type 1 diabetes is when the immune system fails, and it is not your fault at all. Your immune system, as a mistake, accidentally starts to destroy the pancreas and the insulin-making cells. So it is not no one's fault because we don't know how it does that, and the immune system just does it on accident. Remember, you cannot prevent type 1 diabetes. It is not your fault. It is when your immune system mistakenly starts to destroy the insulin-making cells in your body. So type 1 diabetes cannot produce any insulin. So what is type 2 diabetes?
Type 2 diabetes is when your pancreas can't produce enough insulin, or the pancreas cannot make the insulin in your body correctly.
Remember, there are two types of diabetes.
How can you get type 2 diabetes? You can't prevent type 1 diabetes, but this is how you can get type 2.
Being overweight, obese, and lazy. Eating unhealthy. Family history, which means inheriting it from your relatives, but this is very rare.
Eating sugar does not cause diabetes. A, type 1 is your immune system failure and mistakenly acts against you. And type 2 is by being overweight. But eating too much sugar can lead to someone getting overweight. Sugar in the body does not cause diabetes.
So here are the signs of having diabetes. Increased thirst. Frequent urination.
How am I still hungry? I just ate lunch.
Extreme hunger, even after you've already eaten.
When does it get so big on me?
Unattended weight loss.
Oh, I think my hands fell asleep. Why does my foot feel so weird?
Tingling, numbness, or pain in your feet or hands.
I had such a bad day today, but I'm so excited for tomorrow.
Frequent mood changes, like so.
I can't even design.
Extreme fatigue and weakness.
I can't even stand straight right now. I have such a headache.
Headaches, blurred vision, and confusion. If you're experiencing any of the symptoms, go see a doctor immediately.
Symptoms of type 1 diabetes are shown very fast and very severe. They can occur within days or weeks, whereas type 2 are not as noticeable. This is why you should go get regular blood sugar tests from your doctor.
So how do diabetics care for diabetes?
Taking insulin before you eat.
There are 2 ways that diabetics take insulin.
The first way is either by injections, and you can also take it by an insulin pump.
They also check their blood sugar levels 4 to 10 times a day. Here's how a diabetic checks their blood sugar levels. Diabetics have to count their carbohydrates. Diabetics need to be eating healthy. They also can have sugar, but in moderation.
Exercising and staying active.
Most type 2 diabetics do not need insulin.
Type 2 diabetics control their disease by maintaining healthy weight, exercising, and eating healthy.
With diabetics taking proper care of diabetes, they will live a longer and healthier life and reduce the risk of extreme health problems.
Neither types of diabetes can be cured, but type 2 can be reversed, but that is very rare.
So let's talk about low blood sugar. A diabetic's blood sugar falls and becomes low when I just biked 5 miles.
Too much exercise,
I'm so hungry.
long hours of no eating,
I just gave myself too much insulin.
excessive amounts of insulin.
You can tell when someone's blood sugar is low if they are... Why is it so hot in here?
Sweatiness,
Why am I so tired?
sleepy,
Wait, what day is it? What day?
confusion,
Ugh, I'm so hungry.
very hungry,
I have such a bad headache, and I'm like so dizzy.
dizziness, and headaches. You can recognize these conditions by giving fast-acting sugar.
Crackers, candy, juice, a granola bar, some milk, fruit snacks, other candy, honey, or any type of sugar that will help them get their blood sugars high. Do not inject insulin. Insulin will help to lower their blood sugar, and we don't want that because their blood sugar is already low. So do not inject insulin into them.
Now, let's talk about what to do when a diabetic's blood sugar is too high. This is when a diabetic may have too much sugar in their blood. Similar like what we've shown before, you may recognize high blood sugar by eating too much sugar, being stressed out, having frequent urination breaks. You can also notice this by having headaches, weakness, a dry mouth, and not taking enough insulin. How can you help a diabetic if their blood sugar is too high? You can give them water so once they drink it and they have to use the restroom, the sugar can all come out of their pee. You may also give them insulin so they can lower their blood sugar. Also, exercising will help their blood sugar go down as they are burning more energy, like so.
Can diabetics eat sugar?
Yes, diabetics can eat sugar. The perception that diabetics cannot eat sugar is false.
Diabetics need to eat it all in moderation. And this is the same as you because you shouldn't be eating that much sugar as well. Everyone needs to be eating sugar in moderation to stay healthy.
As you can see, a diabetic here, she's still eating sugar, but she's just eating it in moderation as she goes. This is totally fine that she's eating sugar right now because before she ate this, she gave herself some insulin, which wouldn't make her blood sugars go too high. Taking a perfect amount of insulin and maintaining a good blood sugar is what they need to do. Are you wearing that mask just because I'm a diabetic?
Yeah, isn't it contagious?
No, diabetes is not contagious at all.
You cannot catch diabetes from someone sneezing, coughing, or through blood because it is a non-communicable disease.
Remember, type 1 cannot be prevented because it is something that happens in your immune system. You cannot control this. And type 2 happens due to unhealthy weight, non-balanced diet, and not exercising enough.
Should diabetics feel embarrassed?
There is no reason for one to feel embarrassed just because they have diabetes. You should feel special and unique because you are different. Diabetics are not sick. Their immune system mistakenly acts against them.
So the reason why we taught you guys about diabetes was...
Because I myself am a type 1 diabetic. I was diagnosed with diabetes on November 30th, about 2 years ago.
We taught you today about diabetes because it is such a common disease that is dramatically increasing based on childhood obesity.
We hope you can recognize the symptoms of having diabetes so you can go see a doctor or so you can learn how to prevent type 2. Do not feel shamed if you have type 1 or type 2 diabetes. You can make a connection with lots of new people and you can all support one another.
We also hope that we've taught all of you how to care for a friend who's a diabetic so that you can recognize when their blood sugars are high or low and how you can help them and care for them.
You can encourage a diabetic to make healthy decisions
Tell them to check their blood sugar levels.
and to take their insulin. We hope you all enjoyed our lesson.
And thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.